I am very excited. You see, after having worked for 34 years in 515 films, it needs something really like New Amsterdam to get me excited. So part of this show, it sort of kind of brings out the best in you. It's the nobility of the hospital profession, the medical profession which needs to come back. It's the compassion of people. I think the hospitals and the doctors should only have one religion, and that's the religion of humanity. And this is a kind of a logo of the peacock. One has looked at various places and felt that, oh my God, you are part of it. And to be here today is really exciting. It's fantastic.
It is so exciting to be here. Manifest is airing on Monday. Very excited for the world to see what we've been working on since July. People seem to be really excited about Manifest. I think Manifest has a little bit of everything. It's a mystery, it's suspense, there's also a lot of family drama. It can be very emotional, it can be very suspenseful. I'm really hoping that people love it as much as we do, as much as we have loved working on it.
This is amazing to be here for NBC beginning of the season sort of party, especially for The Enemy Within, my new show. It's a mid-season pickup, so people will see it later, but I feel like what a great way to start the year off with something like this. I feel like it's NBC prom. This is like prom tonight. To be a new show with a whole bunch of people who've been here for a while, it feels like you're welcome. Like, come on in, everybody.
Yeah, well
like
said.
You're part of the family. Yeah.
For me, it's a whole new world. I've never done anything in the counterintelligence arena, so it's really fun, and I get to play this super, super smart technical advisor, aka Hacker Babe.
From the pilot alone, it's a spy hunting series, but this time, it's like you never see a show where they peel back the layer to actually understand like what created the greatest traitor in America. And that person's embodied by Jennifer Carpenter's character, Shepard. Jennifer Carpenter acts her face off.
She is so good in this pilot.
It's like raw, dramatic emotion. And the same thing from Morris Chestnut. They're both the two leads who really usher the show, that sort of command the show for all of us. And their relationship and the raw vulnerability that they show, you have never seen a character like Jennifer Carpenter or Morris Chestnut like this.
Well, it's really fun for me because my first role as an actress was on SVU.
Shut up.
I mean, no joke. I played a cold-hearted killer. So to find myself like back again at NBC it's full circle.
It's so exciting to be here because we've only shot the pilot and we start shooting in a couple weeks, and just seeing each other is just getting me super stoked.
The village is just about a group of people who all live in the same building, and they all face different, very human, day-to-day problems, and they all just fight it together.
It's very family-oriented, but we're not, blood-related, but we kind of lean on each other through thick and thin, and I think that's what people will really relate to, is that you don't need to be blood-related to really, lean on somebody.
We always use the word community, and that sense of community, and you have all these people from different ages, races, religious backgrounds living under one roof, and how they intersect and help each other along the way, and how they tend to help pull each other up. And it's the sense of community is the biggest thing I think we're trying to get across. And so it's a nice story to tell.
Yes, we are at the NBC premiere for all of the shows of 2018. I'm floating on cloud 9.
I feel amazing. I love the outpouring of love that I'm receiving. People are getting inspired, they want to be creative, and I love it. I'm incredibly honored to be here amongst all of these talented actors and performers, and just, it's such a creative space. For season 2 for making it, you can expect more creativity, more projects, more inspiration. People are going to want to get their hands busy.
It's terrific. You're seeing all kinds of old friends and new faces, and you know, it's a lot of excitement out there. Well, I think NBC is a network that has that tradition that, as you know, you go back to Cheers, you go way back. I mean, it's been decades of great TV shows and great characters, and you know, through the '90s, Seinfeld. Yeah, it's like I think it's a very special place to be. There's going to be some interesting relationship dynamics going on. You know, Liz found these bones, found out the identity of these bones. She's got a sister. You know, she's also things are kind of settled in around the office. I think more as in like we've worked as a team. We've known each other, so there might be some things coming up on that front of like, who can you trust and who do you really know?
You know, it's like if I'm in line to get a drink or something, and then you notice you're like, oh, there's Andy Samberg standing in line ahead of me. That makes it a more of an experience, you know what I mean? So, no, it's a thrill to be a part of the show, and to get promoted to series regular and to be really a part of it this year, it's fantastic. It's kind of what I've been hoping for my whole life, you know? We got to shoot in Barcelona and Morocco and South Africa and Australia. This year we start off in Japan, on a rooftop in Japan, where, may I say, there's a very, very intense, sexy sword fight happens, and I get to watch in character. I wasn't just up there hanging out. But yeah, that's really all I can say as far as where we're going, but it's not the only place we're going this year. We're going all over the world, quite frankly. I could say unequivocally that this is going to be the wildest season of the show. If you were new to the show, this would be an amazing place to start, because it's almost like where the beginning should have gone if Remy Jane hadn't turned, like, hadn't been able to find some empathy and be on the right side of the law. But now that she's secretly reverted to the villain that she was when the show first started, it's like all bets are off. You're never gonna know who's bad. You know, Tasha went off, you don't know what she's doing. I work for the FBI, so you know they're kind of they're a troubled organization on some level. If they need my help, there's something wrong there. So there's a lot could go haywire, and it all does.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe that I'm actually part of the NBC family, the most successful, most watched network out there. These are all phrases that you hear and that you actually have the utmost respect for. And then you have to pinch yourself and go, oh, but I'm actually part of that family now. It's surreal. We're so proud of our product and of our show, and we've been waiting so long to get it out there from the pilot. And then we saw the pilot, and now we've seen like 6 scripts, and we're working on it, and it's so relevant, it's so current, we're so ready to have these discussions in people's homes. We're ready for it to come out there. We want to do it right, we want to get it right, we want to make sure that everybody that is in the medical profession can be at home supporting it and backing it, and we want to make sure that people who are not in the medical profession but know what it's like to be a patient get a little bit of insight. It's been exclusively positive. The buzz from the medical professionals has been incredibly positive, and for us, that sets us out of the traps running at full speed, because you want to make sure that you're doing justice to the people who are dedicating their lives to helping other people every single day. way. We want to make sure that we're doing right by them first and foremost, and then hopefully entertain and educate at the same time.
We're very excited to be here at this premiere party for all of the NBC shows that are launching this fall. There's our other compatriot, but I'm so excited. I saw my friend Jerod Haynes from Chicago. I see all these other great shows. It's so wonderful to be at the stage where we kind of feel middle-aged, you know? There's a lot of new faces, but there's also some old familiar faces, and we're delighted about it, right, Hisham?
Absolutely. You get to work 10 months out of the year, you really don't get to meet anybody. You know, I do watch a lot of TV, and you know, I am a fan of a lot of other people, a lot of shows on the NBC network. So it's a fan night for me.
It's really up to the writers to tell us how much fun they're going to bring to us. But I will say that the bad guys keep getting more and more nefarious. They keep getting more and more surprising.
You know, what I think remains exciting about the show and why it continues to be of interest to the fans is that the writing keeps getting more and more complicated, but it answers questions, but it also opens up other questions.
It's so exciting to be here with all of NBC. I can't even believe it, but it's a true honor. I'm excited for the season premiere with Adam Driver and Kanye West. I mean, that's going to be huge, I feel like. Just having Kanye in the building.
I came on the show to do 4 episodes, and it's my 5th show working with Dick Wolf. And you know, I always looked at myself as like a Wolf Films employee, you know, more so. You know, I told Dick when he came out with Chicago Fire that I could climb a ladder, you know? So I just try to be a solid person, no problems, you know, no complaints, just do the job. And I enjoy working on television. I've done a lot of film. So a lot of television actors want to do film. I've done like 50 movies, so I like TV. Dick Wolf just asked me, he said, "Ice, play the cop we need." So I'm supposed to be the most level-headed person in the room, the most calm. I'm just here to do the job. The word on the set right now is 21. That's all anyone's talking about. And we got about 5 in the can. They're really good. I can tell they're good. So I think we're very more concerned this year with running across that line with really high ratings. We want to come in strong.
I am excited to be here at NBC. It's a dream come true. I grew up watching NBC, so to be here amongst all these great people is kind of, it's mind-blowing actually. So right now, we're excited to go into production for The Village for NBC. It's incredible because it's a group of people, these residents who live in this apartment building, no matter the background, their occupations, their ethnicity, they come together. It's sort of a family. We help each other get through all the trials and tribulations throughout the day.
I love the idea that my character ended in such a dark place, and I get to continue to explore that. She was such a lovely, sweet character, and now I get to explore a deeper, darker side. That's really fun that I get the opportunity, because not a lot of shows get to season 6. It's great to have Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD all together, because we all get to hang out and be a family in Chicago, and the fact that the fans get to sort of experience that familial aspect that we have every day is pretty awesome. We're all friends. So it's really great that on Wednesdays we all get to hang out and hopefully live tweet if we're not working. And it sort of makes this universe, which we all experience in Chicago, more available to the fans. So that's really fun that they get to sort of live in that family that we live every day.
We're thrilled to be back on the air. The 6th season is a gift that very few shows are given these days, and I just feel like one of the veterans of television now. What's really exciting is to meet the new casts and to get a sense of the new blood that's coming to NBC, you know, that we develop a community, you know, of we're all on the same network, so we see one another at these kinds of events. This is a very fun time of year. I'm enjoying this season more than any other season so far. It's just a million twists and turns, but for the first time, you've got two that can play at this game, you know? Two that can play at the Red Reddington game. And I'm having one hell of a time playing that game.
A bit surreal. Exciting, surreal, yeah.
People haven't gotten a mystery like this in a long time. We're getting a lot of comparisons to Lost, which is awesome. That's a show that did really, really well.
It's a little show that some people may have heard, if you've heard of it, you know.
And it went a really long time, so to get compared to that's awesome. And people are already throwing out theories of what could or couldn't happen in the show, so that's cool that people are invested.
It's cool how invested they are, and it hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah.
I've never been a part of something that hasn't come out yet, and people are just, you know, they can't wait to see it. A lot of mystery, suspense, a whole lot of heart, and the thing I love the most about it is right when they think they know what's going to happen. Good luck. Yeah, it's very super surprising for sure. It's surreal to be able to not only be a part of a show that's so fantastic and has such an amazing message, but on top of that, we got a 10 p.m. slot on NBC, you know? We come on after The Voice. It's crazy.
You know, we're really, really proud of the show, and obviously we're 7 or 8 episodes in, and we kind of know what happens up till there, but we're at the point where we want people to be on board with us, pun intended. We want people to see what we've worked on and what we're proud of. He plays Olive, my niece, and Ben's daughter.
I think it makes it feel a little bit more like real and surreal that we're literally 4 days away from the show.
You had to think about that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like,
4 or 3? What is
4 days. It's kind of, it's all happening, and it's been happening, but it's super exciting.
Yeah.
I think that people, from what they've seen from the trailers and what they've seen just from the sneak peeks and everything like that, I think just the hype about it all is just like people just want to see what happens. I think we all want to know what happens too.
Yeah,
we have no idea what happens. So I think that's what everyone wants. They want to know what's going on the plane. They want to know what happens to the family. They want to know like what's going to stick this together, what's going to be the mold. So I think it's really exciting.
This is unbelievable. I was expecting a little NBC party tonight. Everyone's here. It's great. I know I walked by Seth Meyers on the way, and it was just a little fan moment. Season 20 is going to kick off with Stone dealing with the grief of losing his sister, and Steele dealing with losing his father. Ultimately, he's looking for it in the bottom of a bottle and in strangers' arms, and it's just not working out for him. And Benson calls him on it, and he realizes that he has some tough choices to make. The case that gets brought to us is a case that is really asking the audience and asking the people involved to define their version of masculinity and what that means to them. And so it's the Me Too movement. It's a hugely challenging case involves a family and their relationship. And so we come out of the gate swinging this season. Squerciati and I do have the longest relationship on this show. And you can see it when you're working with them. They have this little shorthand where they'll say something to each other, and you're just left in the dark going, what was that? And then they do something in the scene, and it's magic.
We get to air right after This Is Us, which is such an amazing show with great work, writing, great acting, and we're trying to emulate that. You know, we want to tell a story that's worth telling. In our case, a true story about Eric and his time as medical director. That, you know, coming in contact with every kind of patient, telling stories that are reflective of the social issues that end up bringing people to the hospital. And so I'm honored. It's a real privilege. Yeah, it's amazing. There are so many new shows that look amazing, and you know, people will mention like ER with our show, which is just amazing to be even thought of that kind of golden era for NBC, and I feel like we're kind of in that again. And I just came from Jimmy Fallon, who's like the most charismatic guy I've ever met, so sweet, and I just feel like NBC's a great network with a lot of good people, with a lot of heart, and I'm just super, super happy to be a part of it. We have been lucky enough to be doing some screenings for different hospitals, doctors, nurses, people who work there, to show them this pilot episode and get their feedback, and the response has been like overwhelming. I mean, super enthusiastic that we're telling this story the way that we are, and it's really cool because these are the real people who are doing it, who are living it, and to have them not only approve but be supportive and enthusiastic about it is amazing. There's an appreciation for discussing the amazing work that they do, you know, and putting it up on screen and trying to discuss the nobility of that job and the dangers of that job and everything in between. So that's been the coolest thing. I'm just really excited for people to see what we've been up to and to hear these stories and to know that they're true, to know that it's somebody's daughter or it's somebody's cousin or it's somebody's best friend that we're telling these stories about, and that it relates to every one of us.
What does it feel like to be at this party with these fabulous people? It feels fabulous. It feels amazing to be in the space with these incredible colleagues. It's a real honor. It's been really incredible to see the response to I Feel Bad. I mean, people are loving the show more than I even realized. I think it's a really relatable show. It's a show that people go, oh my, I mean, so many people were like, that's my life, that's how I feel. And it's really fun to get to show that and be a part of it. I think what's so great about I Feel Bad and what you see in the show and what you will see throughout this season is people being human. You see why mothers and daughters have complicated relationships, why husbands and wives have complicated relationships, why all of us are kind of just flailing, but you also see such genuine love for each other underlying through all of it. And it makes for comedy with heart. And that's the thing that I think we all kind of connect to.
This is a mind-blowing experience for me. I never thought I'd be part of a hit show on NBC, and here we are with all the other shows and all the other participants. It's pretty groovy. I want to see everybody. I want their autograph. I want to move in with them. I want to have affairs with them. Yesterday, I met someone on the subway. They started crying, talking about making it and how much it meant to them. The response to making it is like emotional. People love it. It's like enhanced their lives. They feel really good about it. I think that's why it's such a hit, because it actually makes you feel good about life, about yourself. Making it resonates with people because it's just positivity from beginning to end. It's life enhancing, it's positive, it's creative. It's a great way of forgetting all the craziness in the world. contestants on season 1 were fantastically creative, but now on season 2, those contestants have been able to watch season 1, so they are going to be stepping it up.
We're going to kick it off big. We kick it off in Tokyo, so that's it's a good start. And then we go to other places. But yeah, it's a good season. We explore the characters, a lot more, like their personal lives. I'm thankful and very grateful that we're here. It's season 4. It's good. It's really good. But I'm excited for all the new guys coming up and the new shows starting. It's like that's really exciting. I like the fact that they are exploring, the personal lives of these agents more, and they're finding, the team gets split up this season. We, things happen. There's a lot more to go, and there's a lot more places we can chase criminals. That kind of thing. That's exciting.